Hello everyone, welcome back to theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Again, that website address is theclinicaltrialsguru.com. I am Dan Sfera. I'm joined by Anton Akolov. He's a psychiatrist from Russia. He currently works for my company as a sub-investigator and a rater. Because he is a psychiatrist, he has lots of knowledge, of course, in psychiatry. But he's going to bring us a perspective of clinical trials in Russia. And I guess let's start with some of in the past video we did a little similarities, some differences. We talked about the IRB, the fact that most research clinics in Russia use local IRBs, as opposed to here we use central. You mentioned something interesting about study participant compensation. Yes?
Patient compensation.
Patient compensation. So in the United States, some people don't know who's watching. In the United States, for the most part, study participants get compensated unless it's something like cancer or something that's like life-threatening, where the treatment is the reward as well. But for the studies we do, like psychiatry, every study I've done, ever, we compensated patient. Usually like $50 a visit. In Russia...
It never happens.
Never.
It never happens. Maybe because cost of trials in Russia cheaper.
The cost of trials in Russia are cheaper.
Cheap, yes.
Than the U.S.
Than in the U.S.
Because you pay the doctors less.
Yes, they paid for PI less, for
overhead.
Yes, for all less, and we never paid to patient.
And why? Do you know why? It's just the common practice.
Yes, it's common practice.
So,
but in psychiatry, maybe something different center.
In Russia, do they do healthy volunteer phase 1 studies?
Phase 1 studies, I don't remember.
For healthy volunteer.
But I think this study have to be, but only in special institute.
Okay.
Like Bekhterev Institute.
So that's one interesting difference between Russian clinics and the U.S. clinics. What I'm curious is, and we'll talk a little bit about the economy. Have you noticed an increase in studies in Russia in the recent years? Because in India, a lot of the trials that used to be outsourced to India, that were conducted in the United States, are now leaving for Asia. And I'm wondering if Russia is seeing any of the benefits of getting more clinical trials lately. Have you seen any? Can you tell me about that? Is it true or?
Maybe it's true because conducting of clinical trials for pharmaceutical company more cheaper in Russia than in other countries. In Russia and in Ukraine, for example. And but in my opinion, company can take problem with corruption.
Corruption?
Yes, corruption.
In what ways?
For example, all pharmaceutical company to conduct study have to sign a lot of documents, and have to sign these documents with government regulations. And it depends from people who signed. To sign or not to sign.
Because the government still has some corruption there.
Yes, but I never see this by my eyes. Just what people say.
What you've heard. Another interesting difference between U.S. clinics and Russian clinics is the fact that in U.S. clinics we have something that's very important. It's called study coordinator, clinical research coordinator.
Yes.
So in Russia, what? There's no such thing.
In Russia, no. In Russia we have research coordinator, study coordinator, but in common situation, research coordinator and rater and doctor of patient, it can be one person.
So the PI, the psychiatrist, can do all of those functions?
Not PI, sub-investigator.
Sub-investigator.
Because in Russia, PI, it's PhD.
Oh, okay.
It's in often situation, PI have to have a lot of experience in clinical trials, like 6 years experience. And have to be PhD if I remember right.
Okay.
And maybe it's not necessary, but it's better.
So normally for the psychiatry trials, the sub-investigator is a psychiatrist like yourself.
Yes.
And you take on the role of sub-investigator, rater, and coordinator.
Yes. Yes.
So another difference. Maybe that's why trials are cheaper in Russia.
Yes.
Would you do the data entry?
Yes.
Also? You fill out the CRFs?
CRF, coordinate to... How to say this? Coordinate to all structures. For example, coordinate with phlebotomist, with patient, coordinate to delivery staff.
So essentially what a coordinator would do here,
yes.
like our coordinators here, one person does all of that.
Of course.
And this could be a reason why clinical trials are cheaper in Russia. Very interesting. Anything else that you've noticed?
I can't remember. We speak about something.
The centralization of the sponsor sending drugs, labs.
Yes.
So in the United States, when you do a clinical trial, any clinical trial, you have like 10 vendors, 10 different vendors. You'll have a different vendor for electronic data capture, a different vendor for labs, a different vendor for IRB, of course, a different vendor for logistical things. In Russia...
No. In Russia, we have different vendors, but all of these vendors help and provide to us CRO. This company provide to us with whom they work, with which laboratory they work. They provide to site all stuff. It means that I know that in US we can buy binder for patient book. In Russian, in common situation, CRO provide binder for patient book.
I see.
And
I see.
A lot of these things. For example, we also can provide laptop.
I see.
And it will be cheaper than conduct study in European or in
of
US.
Course.
Very interesting. Even with laptop.
This is a very interesting topic. We're going to do more of these, Anton. For today, it's good. Anything you'd like to tell your Russian colleagues in Russian, because we have viewers there as well, how you like working in the United States?
Мне нравится. Здесь, собственно, весь опыт, который был в России, он схож с опытом того, как здесь. Правда, здесь несколько проще.
Thank you. Hi to all you Russians out there. Now, I want to give a shout out to our Clinical Trial Guru producers. This is an important time of the show. $99 for a lifetime membership.
Awesome.
Lifetime. You can buy a bottle of vodka and spend $99, right? Instead of buying vodka, why don't you buy a lifetime membership? Probably the vodka is funner. I will admit. It would be more interesting to buy the vodka. But do yourself a favor. If you want marketing, if you want me to promote you on social media, if you want to be mentioned in every video, check out the Clinical Trial Guru producer list. I'm only accepting 100 people, and that's it. $99. So I want to give a shout out to Sarah Elizabeth Siegler, Resolve Research Solutions, Accurate Clinical Trials, Erdhart Clinical Trials, PTNR, Patrick Stone. We have Darshan Kulkarni from Kulkarni Law Firm, Biopharm System, Zymewire, Southwest Clinical Trials, of course, and Breakthrough Clinical Trials. So thank you guys for being Clinical Trial Guru producers, and we hope others will join. And maybe you can buy vodka and a Clinical Trial Guru producer membership.
The best variant.
Yes, get drunk first and then buy.
No, first buy.
And then get drunk.
Celebrate it.
To celebrate, of course. Thank you guys for watching theclinicaltrialsguru.com, and thank you, Anton.
Thank you.